What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Joe Easy. Alright, so this is the video that I've been wanting to shoot for the longest, and I just either not had time or I didn't want to take the time to write down what I was gonna say, because I don't want it to be just like any other video where I'm just talking out of my ass, you know? I want it to be a structured video, and last night I was just writing a bunch of stuff, but this is what I'm gonna say about basically what the title says, which is most likely the title is going to be how I use deliveries to get out of debt. So this was a long journey from starting, the journey from the come up journey started in July of 2020, where I decided, you know what, that is it. But, you know, I went through deep depression starting in January, not January, sometime in 2018. That lasted for like 2 years. So it lasted until July of 2020, where I decided, you know what, forget it. But I'm gonna read basically what I wrote. Okay, so unfortunately, a lot of great stories start when life knocks you down. I was able to overcome heartbreak that led to deep depression. I had a lot of sleepless nights. A lot of alcohol was involved. But one day, 2 years later, life knocked me down so bad that I finally decided I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's something that Les Brown always says, and that it always clicked on me. That, you know, when you start coming up, you have to be at that point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, guys. And when you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when greatness starts, guys. That's when greatness starts. When you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we all know how life gets to us, you know. Life could get in the way, and then a lot of stuff happens. We do this, we do that, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, mistakes every day for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it adds up, and then one day you wake up and you're like, what the hell? How the hell did I get up here, you know? But so one day, 2 years later, life knocked me down so bad that I finally decided I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now, I've always wanted to become something, and the 9-to-5 rat race was always something that I disliked. But life, whether it be girlfriends, friends, parties, or any distractions that life brings to you, distracted me from what I really wanted, which is to become free of working 40 hours a week for some company and have my own business and financial freedom to live my life however I wanted. Now, in the United States of America, the economy runs on people spending a lot of credit to buy things they can't afford and then have to work at some company just to pay it all back. So we are forced to stay in these jobs we hate and deal with terrible managers, all for a paycheck at the end of the week. And we think it's normal because it's how it's always been. We look around, we say, hey, look, everybody's living the same life, going to work, going home, going to work, going home. So it must be normal. I must be living a normal life. So we think, okay, this is how life is supposed to be because everyone in our circle is doing the same thing. And it's a never-ending cycle because most of us Americans never get out of debt. So we work our whole lives to fund our spending habits until we retire with no money in the bank and have to retire working at Walmart. Which, you know, for my Walmart workers out there, this is not a knock on you guys. It's just that I see a lot of people retired, or a lot of our elderly people or elderly Americans working at Walmart, and this is what happens, you know, where you don't have any savings, so then you work your whole life, you work your butt off your whole life, you know, with no savings, and then once you retire, you still need some type of income, and if you don't have a family to support you or something, you're gonna have to continue working, so you work at Walmart, and it's just a never-ending cycle. That's how it is, you know. So I said enough is enough. That's not gonna be me. So I put my big boy pants on and realized we're living in times where you can make money so many different ways that you have to really be living under a rock not to know how to make money. This was when I was doing deliveries full-time because I had quit my accounting job, but decided to get back into the workforce. So I had quit my accounting job because I hated working for some company, and but that was when I was still depressed. I was still depressed, and I was making irrational decisions, guys. When you're depressed, you make irrational decisions, and you make your life even worse. So I just quit that job, basically just to do deliveries full time, and you know it didn't work out, obviously. So this was when I was doing deliveries full time because I had to quit my accounting job, but decided to get back into the workforce. So I got back to my CrossFit gym to get back into physical shape. And I recommend everybody to exercise because it releases endorphins that lowers negative thoughts that lead to depression. This will help mental health and get you started on your journey to success. If you have those endorphins on you. That'll help lower risk of getting depressed, because that, it starts with negative thoughts. You start, negative thinking, and then you start getting depressed, and you start thinking about, oh, why is my life like this? Why is my life like that? How come I can't do this? How come I can't do that? And those endorphins, when you work out, it releases these endorphins, and it's like you get on some high. It's like a hormone that releases into your brain. I'm not a doctor, guys, but this is what I've been reading, and a doctor told me. But it makes sense, because I feel like that every time I go to the gym. I feel so much better. My negative thoughts are almost non-existent. So it must be true, So yeah, like I said, this will help your mental health and get you started on your journey to success. And if you really want to take yourself to the next level, you could quit drugs and alcohol completely. And I know that it will be hard for some, but at least cut it as much as you can to increase your productivity every week. Because if you start drinking like at nighttime, the next day you might, it's alcohol and drugs is like it's a depressant, so you start feeling a little low, and then the next day you're gonna have a headache, guys. You're gonna have a headache, and when you have a headache, you get in a bad mood, and then you don't sleep good either. You don't get your body into that deep sleep that your body needs, where you're basically in a deep sleep, and that's when your body truly gets that rest it needs. You're gonna be waking up in the middle of the night all the time, especially when you have alcohol in your system and you don't get good sleep. And then you wake up the next day with a headache, in a bad mood, because you're sleepy, your body is tired. It's a lot of variables that goes into how alcohol affects the body, But, if you could cut it as much as you can, that'll be great. At least, maybe at least just, drink in the weekends, But if you could cut it off during the week so you can increase your productivity from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, that'll be great. And that'll help you. So I got my 9-to-5 job back, or I got a new 9-to-5 job, got a part-time job at IKEA in the weekends, and did deliveries when I wasn't too tired. I made a lot of money between the 3 jobs, put all my money into the stock market, and lived almost like I was homeless. So I didn't spend a dime on nothing, guys. I didn't spend a dime on nothing. I was taking in all this income, putting it onto the stock market, and this is when a lot of people start quitting. When they start putting money into the stock market, they put $10, $20, $30, the stocks go up, on a given day, 0.5% or 1. And then they see them making like a few cents, like 10 cents, 50 cents, and that demotivates a lot of people, because you have such a small balance on your account that 0.5% of $10 is a lot less than 0.5% of $10,000. So you have to keep feeding that stock market, you guys. Keep feeding it. And this is not financial advice. Go to your financial advisor if you want financial advice. But for me personally, I use Robinhood. I just feed all my accounts. What I do, I invest in 4 ETFs. The ETF, and they're all Vanguard ETFs. If you could research on this. I put my money into 4 ETFs: the healthcare Vanguard ETFs, the S&P 500 ETF, the technology ETF, and the ETF that invests in stocks and high dividend paying stocks. So high dividend paying stocks, healthcare, technology, and S&P 500. So I split it into those 4. So I thought of my job as a way of funding my way to freedom. That allowed me to not be miserable at work and actually work harder at the office. I stayed clear of girlfriends, which will allow me to not spend money for 2 people and will free up my weekends for hustling. Luckily, guys, it has not been a lonely journey so far, because my mind is 1000% focused on becoming a millionaire and becoming successful, that I don't even think about it. Eventually, yes, I want to share my journey with someone, but it will come in due time. So if right now you are, scavenging for a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you're like desperate to find somebody, that is not a good idea, because then you're gonna start attracting a lot of guys that you don't like, just so you could be with somebody. First, work on yourself, guys. And I know a lot of motivational speakers say this, but it's true, guys. If you take that time and you're by yourself and you work on yourself and you learn about yourself, learn what you like, learn what you don't like, then that'll make you a better person, a happier person, and that will attract others, So yeah, it hasn't been that lonely of a road. There was one time where maybe I started thinking about pursuing somebody, and then it kind of it didn't work out, but because I was too distant, and that didn't work out. So I was kind of like down for a little bit, like, man, but you know what? I told myself, no, this is better. This is better. You have to focus on your dreams and focus on becoming a millionaire. So if I get a girlfriend, I know I'm going to have to spend a lot of time in the weekends, with this person, and maybe at nighttime, and that's not gonna give me enough time to work on my dreams. And I have a long way to go. So I did all this from July 2020 until right now, and I'm not finished. So now in 2022, I'm still at my 9 to 5, continuing my deliveries. I'm still feeding the stock market. I started my Amazon FBA retail arbitrage business, and I'm continuing this YouTube channel in hopes of monetizing in the future. I've learned so much these last 2 years about myself, especially being single and clear-minded 24/7, that I know what I want and I know what I don't want. And what I don't want is the life I had the last 10 years since graduating college in 2012, which is a life of working 8 hours per day at some place you don't want to be at, doing the same exact thing 5 times per week, only to sit back and relax and spend whatever money you have in the 2 days you have off, only to go back to doing it all over again on Monday, and repeating the cycle for 30, 40, 50 years until it's your time to die. So no, I do not choose that for my life, and I choose to use DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, and whatever other means I need to use to fund my way out of this hamster wheel trap I've been cycling around and around the last 10 years. And what I recommend for anyone watching this that is tired of living the way they are living, to have a deep conversation with yourself tonight and ask yourself, do you want to continue living like this? Because Einstein says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And when you decide it's time for a change, start coming up with a plan on how to escape the life you're in. First, decide what you want to see yourself doing in 1 to 2 years from now. Then give yourself baby goals that can be achieved every single day, 7 days a week. And if you start upsetting people around you and they're not supportive, you need to cut them off, because it's your life, not theirs. And your future goals are going to need your full, undivided, 100% attention all the time, especially if you're digging yourself out of a super deep hole. But it's possible. I achieved so much in the last 1.5 years. It's amazing. And if you have a partner, that partner needs to be supportive, because bad partners can really distract you with a lot of wasted time and negative vibes. Now get out there, use your current job and your delivery hustle to build the life you want. Do not settle for deliveries your whole life. Use deliveries to fund your future. Let's all do this together, because I have a long way to go myself, and I plan on enjoying the process and recording my journey on this channel. Let's go, guys. I'm done saying what I had to say, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's basically how I got out of debt. I had to start by being in the worst position of my life mentally to finally move up. And unfortunately, that's probably what is gonna have to happen to a lot of people, before they start waking up and realizing, oh shoot, I need to do something. That's when people become great, when they're sick and tired of this. The guy from KFC, he retired at 65, 62, 65, he got his first retirement check. He got the check, it was like a few dollars. And he said, you know what, I'm not gonna die like this. The KFC guy, he's like, no, he saw his first Social Security check, and he said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not gonna die like this. So then that's when he started going out there hustling, selling his chicken recipes, and then KFC became KFC, So if you guys are not going through a traumatic life event, or if you're not in a position where you're super depressed and all that stuff, and you're okay and you're decent, don't try not to wait until you get to that moment, Sit down with yourself and ask yourself, hey, I'm not in the worst position right now. I'm actually, pretty content with my life. I have a good partner. I live in a decent house. I have a pretty decent job. If you tell yourself that, but there's this part of you that wants more, find a way to go into your brain and tell yourself, how can I improve? How can I make this better? And then come up with a plan. Come up with a plan, and do not rush the process, guys. When you rush the process, that's when depression comes in as well. When you want things instantly, people want instant results, just know it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time, guys. It's gonna take time. And when you have people around you telling you, oh, you've been doing this for 6 months, you've been doing this for a year, and what do you have to show for it? What do you have to show for it? And you have nothing to show for it? People are gonna do that to you when you're working on your dreams. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. All right, that's it. Let me know in the comments what you think. I have a lot more to say, but you know, this has already been going on for 17 minutes. So you know, I could go on for an hour or two. I might even do a live in the future. But this is pretty much how I got myself out of debt, and I'm not stopping there. Now my wealth is at over zero now, and it's just gonna keep going up until I get to that $1 million. So if you stay to the end of this video, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying until the end. And don't forget to smash that like button to help me blow up in the YouTube world. And if you like this video and you want to watch future videos of me doing deliveries, because this is not a delivery video, but I always do deliveries. I just wanted to do this video because I had told my regular viewers that I will do a video explaining how I got to where I'm at now. And I actually did do a video when I actually reached my goal of 2021. And if you want to watch that video, I'm gonna link it on the link down below. I'm gonna link it in the description. So this video is basically me officially reaching my goal of being worth a net worth of $0. So if you want to watch that video, it'll be on the link down below. But like I said, this is not usually a channel that I talk. This is normally a delivery channel, so I only do deliveries. But I wanted to do this for my people, to explain for whoever wants to hear. But if you want to watch future videos of me doing deliveries, just subscribe and have a good day, guys. It's Saturday morning. I'm about to do DoorDash. There's a $75 extra earnings for completing 15 deliveries, so that's basically an extra $5 per delivery, and I'm gonna accept every single delivery, guys, even the $3 orders. Now have a good day, guys. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed weekend.